In the East Bay, thousands of nurses are on strike at this hour. They're citing labor practices and safety concerns at Alameda County hospitals. Nurses told KPIX5's Emily Turner that they've been demanding change now for months.
For the next 5 days, workers with Alameda Health Services will be doing this, walking the picket lines rather than going into work. That's because they say going into work isn't safe for them and it's not safe for their patients. Out even before the sun came up, hundreds of Highlands Medical Center health workers were walking the sidewalks with signs, hoping their message, they say, is finally heard.
They haven't been communicating clearly with us about any of these basic needs. When we go communicate to them for years, kind of ad nauseum, they turn a deaf ear and nothing changes.
They want safer working conditions, better and more equipment, and a better environment for their patients. They say the strikes are a last resort for workers who have spent 10 months at the bargaining table and been asking for change for years.
We have shortages of these critical things. It can be hard sometimes. You have to run around when you should be using it right away with your patient.
Is that a danger for the patient?
It's incredibly dangerous for the public and for our patients.
That message hasn't fallen on deaf ears. Some county supervisors say they'll be out here picketing with workers. And at last night's board meeting, they talked about actively replacing the leadership of the hospital.
Thank you for your service. We appreciate what you've done up to this point, but clearly you are no longer effective.
AHS declined an interview, but did send us this statement saying in part, quote, "While we are disappointed that the unions called this strike at a time when there are already extraordinary strains on healthcare providers, we encourage them to return to the bargaining table where we can resolve our differences and reach agreement on a fair, mutually beneficial contract." Nurses and workers are planning rallies at all of their locations across Alameda County. Again, this is happening for the next 5 days, and in that time, AHS says they're bringing in extra help to make sure that their patients aren't affected. In Oakland, Emily Turner, KPIX 5.